What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Video Game Bang, and we have a doozy of an episode for you. Tonight we are concluding our epic two-part crossover, like a la Flash and Arrow, with Orange Lounge Radio. It's another Sacramento-based gaming podcast, and we have in studio Skie, who also is Rob Roberts on the show. He brings all kinds of experience, including 15 years of podcasting and geek culture, so it's awesome to have him on here. We talk about E3, we talk about a top 14 list of surprising things that we're expecting from E3. We talk about Overwatch, which is causing a huge rift, a huge civil war, if you will, among the VGB crew, but we put that aside. And we talk about Uncharted 4 busting all kinds of records. It's also the last chance to vote for Oblivion Comics and Coffee. It's May 31st, and the details are on the Facebook page of the vote. Here is another episode of Videogame Bang.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Cory Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real. People get shot during the day?
And Aaron Carter.
Buy the armor, I equip it, and it's like pink thong. The guy that delivers vending machine items at my job, he can play it right.
Fill up your Mountain Dew and grab your Doritos. It's time for Video Game Bang.
What is up, my pizzas? Cory Vincent. This is Video Game Bang, brought to you by NerdReactor.com. What are you reacting to? Corsair Gaming, come sail away with us, and Ant Lion Audio. Keep your headphones at a mod mic. I am very excited. Let's just start there. Not in the way Webb's looking at me like he thinks I thought he thought.
Terrible.
But
is that roll of quarters?
That's even worse.
That's worse. We have a fantastic show for you guys lined up because we're keeping the trend rolling with these special guests. I love having guests on the show. It keeps it popping. Getting new perspectives, different people to tell Aaron he's wrong is always a good thing. And to boot, this person we have is a legend in what we do. So we'll get to him in a minute. We're going to start off with Mr. Webb to my left. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You look well. You look healthy.
Yeah? It's the Monster Energy drink.
I don't mean that as a way like when an old person means to tell you you're fat. That's what my grandma would do. Oh, Cory, you look healthy
you
since
look
you got
healthy.
married. Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, you actually generally have some color. You getting outside more? What's up?
No, actually, I'm getting outside less. So.
All right. That's
I'll
the
just
first.
keep doing
You broke
it.
the first rule of improv. You said no.
Yep.
All right, Aaron, save us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. If I can hear myself, I'd do even better.
Keep talking.
My headphones are a little bit low because I'm wearing some pretty cheapo ones. I forgot my original ones at home, and that's just terrible. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now I sound
If
sexy.
there's one thing you love, sir, it is the sound of your own voice.
That is very, very true.
And
very, very true.
To be fair, it's a nice voice.
I mean, it is. I mean, it gets me by.
I do well for myself.
Yeah.
Gets you from A to B.
I signed a couple autographs here and there.
We have a big fight, a civil war going on in our crew, which is we're going to talk about a lot more. But before we get to that, we got to introduce our guest. He's been great because he knows the first rule about being a guest is you're quiet until you're introduced. Some people break the cardinal rule. He is a legend, as I mentioned before, in video game podcasting. He's been doing this for half my life, I think. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to age him, but before podcasting was podcasting.
Wow.
Like, this is some meta stuff here. He's out to leave. He is Rob Roberts, a.k.a. Skie from Orange Lounge Radio, fellow Sacramento podcast. How are you doing?
Great. You know, little known fact that I started podcasting when I was 6 years old.
There it is. Yeah. There it is.
But it's true. Like, you guys are, like, been doing this just about longer than anybody. Like, that is a feat in itself.
We do believe that Orange Lounge Radio, the show that I host on Sunday nights with my buddies, we do believe it is the longest running video game podcast on the internet. I mean, the internet's a big place. Rule 37, you never know what you're going to find out there. But we do believe we are the longest running.
So Orange Lounge Radio has been going on for, as I said, quite a while. It started as a dance game specific podcast.
Music game specific.
Music game.
But yeah, Dark Sakura and Loki, my co-host on OLR, and we all met playing Dance Dance Revolution, DDR, over at Roseville Golfland, right?
Okay, we all know
There you
that
go.
spot.
Back when arcades were not just like little kid Vegas ticket machine stuff, right? Back when we had stuff like Soul Calibur 2 with the awesome arcade mode, Capcom SNK 2, the fighting game scene was a lot bigger. The driving game scene, Initial D, was a brand new thing at that time and so forth. So we would all gather around like Wednesday, Thursday nights and play DDR. I was never skinnier in my life the years I played DDR.
I've seen people play DDR, man. It's crazy. Were
Yeah.
you able to hang off the rails and do the tricks and stuff?
No, we were very anti-bar.
Oh, okay.
You have different factions. Like you were talking about like the Civil War, the warring factions. You had your bar people and your no bar people. We were
Wow.
very much. You go to Seattle, they're bar people. Here, no bar.
Wow.
No bar.
That's new for me.
But that's just it really doesn't freaking matter if you use the bar or not.
I was
But
going to say, I need a crutch. If I want to play. I
it's
need a
tough.
crutch.
It's tough, especially when you watch like the crazy stuff that people do now. So
And then what? So then over time, your show just kind of evolved because we started only talking about video games. We would
Right.
only talk about it. Then we kind of get in and we're like, man, but we really want to talk about this movie and we really want to talk about this comic book.
Right.
And it wasn't like a conscious decision, but it just happened. What about for you guys?
DDR and all those music games, it kind of just limited what we could do. And, we found that we were having the similar tangents, right? Especially those early shows were really, really random. There's only so much that went on in the scene. We were trying to be like, okay, well, if you could do a show about like football or report on what's going on in the games, there's enough Dance Dance Revolution competitions and Beat Mania and all this stuff that we could report on that. But then, okay, then you're done with that. Now what? So we were going on those tangents too. But then there came a point where Konami stopped making a lot of those games for a couple years. There was a really big lapse, and so we were really running out of things to talk about. And so we decided.
We
Good
just
old
solved the
Ninja
murder.
2099 is hosting our stream for his viewers. We really appreciate that. Please continue.
Did I say a secret word?
Ah!
You're our 100th
Yeah,
guest.
right.
Weird,
a new car!
Weird noises are going to happen through the
Okay,
through the
that's
show.
okay. It just shocked me a little bit. I was like, is the floor going to open up? But I'm just going to, reject it. So where the hell was I? So, and this was right around the time that podcasting was in its early form, like pre-iTunes, right? When people were using things like, I think it was like Lemon Pod and iPod, all these like really old things. So we thought, let's do like a quick little show, like a 20-minute show that would be about all games. Because we like DDR and that type of stuff, but we're just fans of video games, and that's just kind of our niche. But we could talk about like Castlevania, and we could talk about Final Fantasy and all this other stuff too. So we started doing this little 20-minute show about the other games, and then 20 minutes grew to 30 minutes, grew to 40 minutes, grew to 60, and now we're spending 4 hours in the studio, 3 hours for our main show, an hour for the other one, and then podcasting started to take off, and we found that there were about probably 100 times more people listening to our shorter show than our main show. So we kind of made the decision at that point, we're just going to fold it into one show. And that was the Orange Lounge Radio that exists today.
Now, you guys, you went on this journey. Well, first of all, I got to say, people who know the show know that Aaron is a jerk. A lot of times
I am not.
He is
How dare
very
you.
hard to please.
How dare
He
you.
has taste. His taste buds are so refined
Because I have a refined taste.
that he only
yes.
plays 2 games.
No, that is untrue.
Well, no, now it's 3 because Overwatch just came out.
Overwatch just came
He's
out.
our
Correct,
golden
yes.
voice gangster, the senpai from Grant High. He's all these accolades. Sir Aaron Carter, the man knighted himself. And,
I didn't knight myself. I told you I was knighted.
And
Sheesh.
he loves himself more than anything. And
Everybody
so you
should.
would think, he'd love this show more than anything. But the fact is, he built this show, and his interpretation of podcasts was all shaped by All Games Radio and Orange Lounge Radio.
Yes.
Like when we first started the show, and I was like, well, what else is in Sacramento? I started Googling, and you guys are the first thing that pop up when I go Sacramento podcast, gaming podcast.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. I
first
didn't
thing.
even know that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to Aaron, where we're live, not live show, but we're talking, making a plan, strategy, seeing what other people are doing. I'm like, Orange Lounge Radio, that's another Sacramento one. He's like, oh, that's my favorite. And so
get out.
we stole so many things from you that he never told me until
First of all,
until we did your
first
show.
of all,
He ripped you off.
Y'all are just being nice.
First
He
of
ripped
all,
you off.
Imitation is a serious form of flattery, all right?
No, it absolutely is.
absolutely
It absolutely
is.
is. And I have been thankful enough that people have said, Rob, I started a podcast, and I hope you're not mad that I'm doing a gaming podcast too. And I'm like, No, of course I'm not mad. Like, that is the coolest thing to feel that, like, you've shown that any idiot can do this. The fact that you showed that any idiot can do this. This is like the ex I had that was a politician. Any idiot can do politics, and any idiot can podcast, and I'm living proof.
Aaron, we like the reading the video games at the end of the show. We used to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It just years ago when little Aaron would listen to all these podcasts and stuff like that, and I weeded a lot out.
This is high school Aaron too, so this is pretty young.
This was I can't even remember the ones that I didn't listen to.
We're not gonna use the phrase X number of years ago anymore tonight.
But I mean,
well, Aaron, I think is probably twice your age. I'm just gonna throw it out there. He hides his age very well.
Oh, that's because
black don't crack.
Yeah, I mean,
but he has definitely got us all in the room. Yeah, he's an old man.
Well, you like 60 now,
144.
Oh, 140. Okay.
144, yeah. But no, everything. I mean, I just love the format that you guys took, and it was kind of in my way. Like, I wanted all that back because I lost it grown up. You have to adult, you know. You have to do that. So I had to stop listening to podcasts. And well, I didn't have to, but you know, I just got caught up in life. So it was my way when we started this. I was like, I want that stuff back. You know, All Games was gone, and I was just like, all that's left is Orange Lounge Radio. But I'm going to be doing this, so I'm kind of going back and forth. And then when I actually Google searched you guys again, and you were still there, I was like, that's a testament of how strong that is. Like,
black
longevity.
Don't crack, orange don't go away.
There it is. There it is. So I was like, yeah, I mean,
rainbow here.
Let's.
And to be fair, I do want to be clear though, just in case, you know, All Games as a station, although we are no longer affiliated with them, they are doing great things. They are still around as a station.
All Games Interactive.
All Games Interactive.
Yes,
yeah.
All Games Interactive.
The show that was the
gone.
fight. Yeah, they are. They have long.
All Games is still
retired.
there. Everybody.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
And they're cool. Check them out.
I was panicking.
They're great.
Yeah.
I was panicking over here.
They have like a million different shows. I mean, I know we were talking before the show. You were like, "Wow, VOG has a lot of shows." I'm like, "All Games has like they've got tons of them."
Yeah,
so.
they've got a roster over there. I haven't kept up and like see what's new and stuff like that. But back in that day, the comic book one with Lawrence, when they spawned, I was there when they spawned off and did their own one.
I actually believe they are live now. I think they do their thing at this exact same time.
We're competing with them.
That's been why we don't have no viewership.
Why?
The fantastic thing about podcasting, and this is what I tell people, you can do one live and listen to the other later.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Fantastic Forum. That was the other one.
Yeah.
That's their comic book one. Yeah. They were good. I loved it.
We get compliments on our operation, how we run the show, like with the studio and all that kind of stuff.
This is nice. Let me tell you all. I mean, you guys are wired for video and everything, which is something our listeners have been begging for a long time. But I'm like, it's radio for a reason. But this is great. This space you have is such an awesome like man cave. It's amazing.
Yeah, the wife was.
Well, and I don't want to restrict
generous.
it to one gender, but it's a cave
for sure. Yeah, my wife was very generous in allowing me one room to just do whatever I wanted to do. Thanks to the people of Patreon and some very awesome sponsorships and nerdreactor.com, we were able to pull this together. And we're still improving, but aside from having a studio though, like my whole goal for podcasting in general was make it as simple as possible. Like when we do the show, I have levels preset where my editing time is 5 minutes.
Yep, you find your rhythm.
And we're up. Mm-hmm. You guys, on the other hand, have like this Voice of Gamers Network is a well-oiled big machine that has a lot of moving parts. Like, I was overwhelmed in your guys' setup seeing
it's just old. Like it's like one of those like, how do I start the old car? I have to pump the brake. It's like that's why it seems a little more complicated.
Well, I mean, no, but it runs 24 hours a day. Any time of the day, night, week, you can go to VOGnetwork.com.
Good job. You got it.
And you can listen to either gamer music or... Do you do past episodes, or is it just live shows and radio?
It's some live shows, some are taped, some premiere actually on VOG Network before they are actually on podcast. And I do just want one small correction. It's Voice of Geeks Network, just because we have more than just gaming shows on there. So we have shows about like television and movies, and we have anime show on Tuesday nights that's live. So there's we have a show that does nothing but Power Rangers, one of our newer shows, and Super Sentai. So yeah, I mean, we got just a whole lot of different types of shows, but the one thing we all have in common is that we're very big on interaction, listener interaction, be it live, emails. The listeners and the audience is what makes these shows. I would have no reason to do it if there wasn't at least one person listening. So I want my audience to be a part of the show. And I know obviously you guys feel very similar. I see you've got chat right there on the TV. You bring your folks into your show too.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will definitely get back to more podcast, because we can geek out about podcasting. So this is a podcaster's podcast, I feel like, but we will cover the news because that is what we do. It is our duty. So the first one we're going to talk about a new Xbox potentially in the works. So Webb, you found this story. Kotaku covered it. They said that we're probably going to be getting a small Xbox, which Microsoft's pulled this trick before at an E3 where it was much more close to being ready than we thought it was. Remember with that first big redesign? They were like, oh, by the way, it's at the store now.
Yeah. And
it pretty much caught people off guard. Do you think we can see that happening again?
Those surprise things are always a little risky, I think. But if it's a slim and not one of those, because we've had the talk of, it's going to be new chips in there, or it's just going to be a slimmer model. If it's just a slimmer model, a different design, I don't think that's a big risk. I could see that showing up in stores the same day. I don't know how I feel about the whole new chipset thing. That's going to be a little weird. That's a new space. I mean, I realize they're just kind of copying mobile, and there's people that'll buy a new iPhone every year with the 6 Plus and all that same thing on the Google side, right? So they're kind of trying to do that for games, but I don't know. I don't know if I can justify $400 on a console. It's really got to be, and any console has got to be about what are the games. If I'm going to pay for this upgrade, what are the games I'm getting out of it? Because I don't just buy $400 console for ideas. I got to have the games to justify it.
What do you think, Aaron?
I think I need to see a price. If I'm going to cut the actual box in half, then I need to cut that price in half.
Because that's how it works. Technology gets smaller and the prices do the same thing.
Yeah,
smaller
exactly.
and cheaper, right? Is that what's going on?
Not
Absolutely
the opposite.
wrong.
I'm just saying. I thought it would be smaller and cheaper.
Absolutely wrong.
Well, then I'm not interested at all.
Well, sources are saying that it's going to have at least a 2 terabyte hard drive. So it's going to double the highest capacity.
Are we able to put external hard drives on our ones now?
Mm-hmm. So I have a 500 gig. I don't even have a terabyte. I have a 500 gig, and then I have a 500 gig external.
So what give me some benefits here. I need to hear
I don't see any besides the smaller form factor. Now the second the caveat to this is that there's a second part of the story that says in 2017 we may get a more powerful GPU, much like we're hearing from Sony with their,
what does that do?
What do they call it? The PS4K or the PS4?
What is that?
4.5 or something.
4.5. It's going to give you
what are you giving me?
Stronger processor.
Oh, what are you giving me? No.
It's going to be
games.
Closer. Oh, games.
Yeah. What is this doing for my game?
It does absolutely not. I'm sure if you get it, the games will look a little bit nicer. Hopefully they scale down for the old one.
You're telling me nothing then. Is literally what you're telling me.
Well, The Last Guardian may come out by the time they get to 8K.
Okay.
That's the plan. They're holding all those exclusives
for Last Guardian.
And the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Okay. The final one, the final of the episode.
The final finance.
Yeah, because they'll just shove it all out in one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, this is.
Well, Aaron, you are like a budding. You are. You love console gaming. It's your favorite thing in the world.
I love all gaming. Okay, I love all gaming. Let's not get that confused.
You're on this PS4 hype train. Like you are like riding it hard, and they're screwing you over and over again because now your beloved PS4 is just like the PCs that we always talk about because you're always like PCs get outdated too fast. So now Rob, your PS4 is outdated.
They get on me for not having a next gen console when they both came out, the one and the PS4 for the longest. Mm-hmm. Then Cory gathers the troops, and they actually buy me a PS4.
That is a very nice gesture.
Very nice.
I'm a very nice guy.
Very nice gesture.
What can I say?
And now
then
they
you're like,
rag on me.
I still can't afford any games.
for not playing on the PC now. Makes perfect sense, right?
When you pull it from like the 1,000 foot in the air view, I guess I could see your
No, that's the 1,000 foot, and that's a 2 foot view. That's how it is.
Let's all get him a console. Why aren't you playing your PC? Like, okay, all right, throw that console in the trash.
Well, we are in the media, so if there's those PlayStation exclusive games you should play. But when a game comes out on both PC and console, the choice is obvious. You always go with the PC. So we'll just cut into this right now because our whole Video Game Bang crew is in the middle of a fight right now. No one's talking to each other. We put our differences aside for this episode because we had such a great guest, but really we hate each other right now because Overwatch came out and he is Captain America getting all of his troops to buy it on PS4. I am Iron Man getting everybody that I can to get it on PC.
Which is no one.
Oh, don't say no one. We got Luke, my cousin. And then
Next time, don't say my cousin because
that's akin to I got my mom, my dad, I got my uncle, my Aunt Jolie. They're all coming in and they're helping out.
Here, if my cousin wasn't like a badass, I wouldn't have named him.
No, nobody knows. He's never been on the show.
Yeah, yes.
Which
Christmas
one?
episode.
Christmas episode.
Oh, okay. So once
MMA fighter, undefeated, 3 fights, all first round arm bars. I mean, he can kick all your asses by himself.
Okay.
He didn't bring you a gift. That's why you forgot.
Yeah. That's what
We got Jen, Jen XO, who I think is even in chat right now.
Which you literally
Another
had to
heavy
berate her into buying the freaking game.
I was like, you bitch,
Yeah.
you better buy this game
and she
right
doesn't have, and she
now.
doesn't have a console.
Shut
So-
up,
And
Webb.
yeah, she had no choice. Yeah.
Shut up.
There it is. There it
Webb
is.
Benedict Arnold over here.
Webb Benedict Arnold.
Okay, no. This is why I chose PS4
There it is.
because we talked about what are we going to get it on, and Cory, you said that you don't care about playing with anybody. You see us enough. You don't want to play games with us, so
You Benedict Tom
you
Arnold.
don't care.
Don't twist my words again.
So
That's harsh.
I said,
Benedict
okay,
Tom
well, I play
Arnold?
more with Aaron and Steven and all that.
I said
so.
it because I was a hurt man. I was a wounded animal. I would have said anything to hurt you guys.
I was on the fence.
Is this Overwatch?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm like, I know that's the big new game.
Yeah.
Okay. When are we gonna say, hey, why didn't Blizzard just make it so that it could be cross-platform and I could play with anybody I want? Because
Well-
that's what I can do in Final Fantasy 14.
True.
So I can do it in Street Fighter 5.
True.
Supposedly. Xbox, Microsoft, they took down that barrier, right? That was a big news thing a couple months ago
Yeah.
that we're going to open it up because we realized how stupid it was to not be a part of that, and it's probably why we lost Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Although they're probably not missing it that much now.
Heyo.
But all that shade aside, it's kind of one of those, you know what? Why don't we just open it up so everybody can play with everybody else? And I know that the Overwatch director had a statement about, well, the keyboard and mouse versus the controller and da-da-da. Okay, fine. Then in rando matches, match people up, same. But if I want to play with my friends, tear down this wall.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is.
So
There
Baron
it is.
Zemo this whole time has been Blizzard.
No.
And then we're going to get together to fight the real enemy. I'm going to find out Aaron killed my mom.
Wow.
Wait, so he's Captain America
I
and Winter
guess
Soldier?
Captain Soldier.
everybody, yeah.
Apparently, I'm the whole team.
You're the whole
Apparently,
team.
no. I don't know. There's.
I found us now, like, I'll be like, man, I had so much fun playing Overwatch. And they're like, yeah, we had way more fun playing Overwatch.
Well, because I mean, literally went on and played last night. Webb hopped on, and then your cousin,
Not Luke, but the other
not
guy.
Luke, yeah, but
Or aunt.
Christy, she hops on. She's like, of course I got Overwatch.
my own flesh and blood.
Yeah, she
Yep.
hops on, ups the fun level. Boom. So I'm like, wow, got a family member of yours that just stabs you in the back right there. So I'm like,
And her name was Martha.
you made a choice for freedom, Katie. That's what you did.
So you brought me here to settle this debate, right?
Yeah, who won?
Okay, this is easy. You're all wrong. You should have bought Doom. It's amazing.
Is it, though?
I think it is. It's pretty awesome. I mean, remember, I love the old PC version, and, a younger me played Doom and Doom 2 a lot. And so there's something about that really, like, fast-paced fighting in it. I'm not 100% serious. At some point, I'll cave and get Overwatch, but the whole, like, lack of single-player mode kind of stings a little bit. And I know there's reasons for it and so forth, but Doom has a very rich single-player mode in it, as well as a multiplayer mode, very fast-paced. And it's the stuff that I love in shooters. I'm not a big fan of the whole, like, you gotta cover and be stealth and walk around. I want fast rocket launchers to the face.
Yeah.
And that's what Doom gives.
So when Unreal comes out,
I love Unreal.
Tournament and kind of just blows away Doom, because I mean it sounds like that's what you want as another
Sure.
Unreal.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh,
I'm for that.
I was Team Unreal when it came to Doom. And I played the closed beta.
I can also play more than one game, so I could have both.
Yeah, that's true.
Not in this world.
Yeah,
No.
you
Not in
choose your
Aaron's.
side.
In Aaron's world, you choose
your
one way of
side.
life.
Black or white? No pun intended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aaron or Cory. No, I played the beta for Doom, the closed beta, and like the graphics. I don't know, unless they did like a major. Cause I've seen single player gameplay and it looks really good. And then I played the multiplayer and it looked terrible. Is the multiplayer still?
Yeah, it doesn't look as good as single player. I'm going to be honest. It's still a little. I don't know if that's just because of how like fast paced it is or what have you. But I'm also with the interesting thing. Where did you try the beta? Did you do it on console?
PC.
Oh, you did it on PC.
Yeah.
See, I did the Doom beta on PlayStation 4, but I ended up buying Doom on PC because I wanted to do keyboard mouse.
Yeah.
And so it looks fine. I don't like, but it's better in single player mode than it is in multiplayer, and I'm not sure for the reasons for that.
I was all ready.
It's not bad.
I had the Xbox One controller and I played one round, and like in a good way, I was like, "Oh shit, this is like a keyboard mouse shooter." Like I put that down, went to keyboard and mouse, and had way more fun.
Well, I figured if I did want to do controller, I could always do the Steam box because I do have a Steam box, and you can hook up the controller to that, and then it's kind of like being on a console, but. I don't know if I would want to be on controller playing against a bunch of people with keyboard and mouse. Then again, in a fast-paced game like Doom, it might not really matter.
My concern with Doom single player was I was afraid it was going to be like Rise: Son of Rome with the kill animations.
No, they're actually pretty varied. In Doom, and there's actually some really funny ones. Like when you fall, like in the lava, like he'll actually like slowly fall and do like the little thumbs up, just like they did in Terminator.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So it actually is surprisingly pretty varied, and it's so fast. I kind of don't notice it.
I was gonna say we went to Sean Long's shindig last weekend and saw Trent playing it.
Yeah.
Like a super crazy Power Ranger cosplayer. Like he's crazy good. So we saw him playing it. And that was one of the things we saw was the thumbs up, and I did see the animations went fast. So I think that
it was brief.
It's brief. Is there a story?
Yeah.
I mean, is it a good story?
It's what you'd expect. Yeah, I would say it's better than a lot of games on its same level. So, I liked that it really, like in the very first opening stage, it's like, oh, you find that outfit and that iconic helmet and wiping the dust. I kind of like that it was lot of throwback to the old stuff. So I certainly liked it more in Doom 3. I didn't really care for Doom 3. Doom 3 went more to the horror side of things, I think, and I like the fast-paced kill, die.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. So next story we have here is Battleborn drops in price before the Overwatch launch.
Coincidence?
I think not. With Battleborn having just released earlier the month, gamers may be surprised to learn that the game is already discounted by $40 by some of the biggest game retailers in the world, including GameStop, Amazon, and Walmart. Sudden $20 price drop is more interesting in timing as it coincides with the similar MOBA-inspired elements of Overwatch. Actually, that might get me to pick up Battleborn too. I want to play them both. I agree with Rob. You can't just limit yourself to one game. We can't all be Aaron Carters. We need to spread our wings and fly like beautiful peacocks.
You might want to revisit that. Do peacocks fly?
They glide.
You had to ask. So.
They fall with style.
Yeah, I think.
Have you ever heard one scream? Dear
Yeah.
God.
No, I haven't.
You want to talk about a horror story?
How did this happen to you?
I don't even
Is it a
remember.
dark alley?
He walked it.
I was a child and I was scarred for life.
Oh man! So Aaron, Battleborn. This is Bag's favorite game.
Yeah, I can't. And we spoke about this on the last one. I can't get into Battleborn because it's really flashy everywhere, and unless I'm looking to have a seizure, it was really distracting actually, just from the actual gameplay. I like the co-op story mode because it's less, flash everywhere. But when you get into the actual multiplayer meat and potatoes of the game, it really was just distracting. And I've heard that from two other people without any type of coaching or anything like that. They said the way that they felt about it, and boom.
Okay, when I ask you this question, I want you to say it's too brightly colored,
exactly.
and it gives you seizures.
How do you like Battleborn?
I love it. You had one job.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Well, I think this is a good case where we, as gamers, all win because competition always breeds we win when there's good, healthy competition, and so we have two. I haven't played Battleborn, but from what I hear, it's great. I have no reason to hear or think that it's really terrible. So the fact that two similar games launched at the same time and now there's a competing price war, That's awesome. We need more of that.
Well, and Overwatch even dropped in price too. Like Amazon had it for $48.99.
Really?
So, yeah, which was dope because Best Buy price matches. So I went to Best Buy.
Keep dropping until they're $20 a piece.
Well, I got on PC. If you go through BattleNet, because no one seems to know this. Everyone I tell, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to spend $60." If you can get past the DLC, which who cares about? It's like 5 skins and some things for other Blizzard games. It's only $40 on the PC.
So you don't have the extra skins?
No, I don't have no skins.
You got the extra skins.
I got
right?
the extra skins.
I got the extra skins.
Yeah.
Oh, now I want those damn extra skins.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Those skins are cool, too.
Those skins are cool.
Well, you could probably spend more money in the loot box lottery, and you might get the more skins.
That's what I'm going to do.
Or you just might get some random not skins.
Or you might get credits, as I understand.
I got some credits.
Or sprays.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Oh, the sprays. Yeah, you might get some sprays there. Yeah.
Some
That'd
graffiti.
be cool, right? Sprays.
Spray on your
There you go.
Cool.
Jeez. Apparently he got salt in his loot crate.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
It's the last show of the Video Game Bang, everybody.
Yeah, I'm joining Orange Lounge. Uncharted 4 sold 2.7 million units in its first week, ladies and gentlemen. That is a success all in its own. What do you think, Aaron? You have a PS4, so I'm sure you played this game.
I have to play the backlog first, and I've asked other people. They said, do not play this game until you play the backlog of and so
the backlog, is that what you call it?
our very own Steven actually has the whole Uncharted bundle, so I'm gonna borrow it from him. And I might give him his Batman back, and then I'll play the whole thing. Yeah, and then calls it Squaresies. Yeah. So
Sony seems to have one of these a year. Like, I mean, I guess you can't say Uncharted's like some mystery success like Last of Us was, but it seems like they have one really good story-driven game a year that gets all these accolades. It's going to sell like hotcakes, but when Game of the Year comes, it's going to get beat by something that comes out in November.
So you're saying Grand Theft Auto's coming out in November and it's going to beat it and make them forget about it?
It's canon.
Yeah,
it's canon.
Yep,
yeah,
we just not said it.
Like, this has pretty much locked itself in the number 2 position for Game of the Year because hype is going to take over in the end of the year and beat it.
But who's the authority behind that? Like, yeah, Webb, you're the authority. Who is saying, hey, overall, this is Game of the Year? Who do we go to? IGN? Are you going to Kotaku? Are you going
The Academy?
Who do we? Yeah, what is is there an overall government of
game delegation?
Well, of course you mean the Video Game Awards hosted by Joel McHale.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, Joel McHale decides.
Never talking
Clearly,
about that.
the authority is Twitter.
There it is.
Yeah, actually,
There it is.
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to Twitter.
Who got their hashtag trending?
Yes.
That's true.
I think there needs to be one
power in that.
government that runs the whole thing for gaming.
Well, that's what they were trying to do with the whole Video Game Awards thing, right? Which they're trying. It was the thing they got going now for the past couple of years is better than what they had on Spike TV before that. So I'll give him credit for that. And let's not forget, he dragged Konami about the whole Kojima not showing up, and that was A+ popcorn.gif television. So more of that.
That's true.
For that.
It actually did make a little bit of a difference too. They got blasted.
We'll see if they can keep with that fire.
Charlie Manson says Red Dead 2.
I was gonna say I agree with you, chat.
Yeah.
That's you guys are talking about what's the November surprise gonna be? It's probably Red Dead 2.
How
E3 rumors are to be believed. Yeah.
I'd be through the roof.
If it's playable, if they said, it's here today, everybody.
There's no way they do that.
And look under your seat. Everybody gets a free copy.
The everything's lining up. The planets are aligning in the right way. We know Rockstar is going to have a presence at E3. They don't always, but they're going to be there this year. And everybody's been clamoring about Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox backwards compatibility thing, which still hasn't shown up. But we know they're doing it because remember, it showed up for a day and then they got rid of it.
Yeah.
So what better time to give everybody that first game out there than E3? The second game is coming, and if you pre-order today, Red Dead on Xbox One.
Wow.
Or even better yet, they'll do like Red Dead as a games with gold as hype.
Perhaps.
That'd be perfect.
Perhaps.
Oh,
well, they'll do that after the pre-order one to get everybody's money first, because that's what always happens with that free game stuff is that, it's the game you bought last month when it was on sale.
Yep.
Good job.
Let's see. So Uncharted, good on you. Keep it up. Keep it up. Who is that?
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog?
Yep.
Good job, guys. Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City get remastered for the PS4 and Xbox One. I played those ones to full completion, and I feel like it's too soon to be remastering them.
Yeah, way too soon.
They still look
still
good.
Fresh. Yeah,
yeah, I can still buy them for cheap on Steam and play them. You know, with I get a texture upgrade or something.
That's that PC going there.
Huh?
So that's that PC feeling right there. That's what that is. We need something prettier than the previous 2 months ago. That's what that is. It's that PC mentality.
You're awful.
Well, the whole idea of them remastering it, excuse me, is that they're coming out with a Return to Gotham package.
So what did he go to, like, Star City or something? And he has to go back to Gotham? No.
Return to Batman Return to Gotham.
Soon.
It's all of the games put together.
Way too soon. Way too soon.
Games with Gold free in June. They announced their games. Goat Simulator on the Xbox One, The Crew on the Xbox One, Super Meat Boy on both Xbox and 360, and XCOM Enemy Unknown. Pretty good lineup.
Was The Crew that online racing game?
Yeah.
Okay. Like it was strictly just on like a kind of a MMO-ish type of racing game.
That's
okay,
the one.
I wanted to try that. I've heard nothing but bad things, but I wanted to try it for myself.
Now you can. Oh wait, no, you can't.
Actually, I do have an Xbox One at home.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh wow. Rudy poo poo on me. Rocket League going.
Yeah.
Super Meat Boy is like a 10-year-old game at this point, which is kind of funny that's in there. But
it's good though. It's still fun if you haven't played it.
Oh no, I love that game. The 360 version has the way better soundtrack too. Like they tried to do the PlayStation 4 version. Remember they made a big deal out of that, and they gave that away, I think, free with PlayStation Plus. And it's the game itself is still good, but the soundtrack. I mean, they tried to bring in some. It's just not the same. It's not the same. And it kind of, I don't know, like it ruins it for me. It really does.
I didn't even really notice music. I really played it when I was really into my playing on my Surface tablet. So I downloaded all like the cheapest indie, like highly reviewed games. So I was like playing Braid and Super Meat Boy, and I think I had Limbo on there.
Is there a controller with that tablet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just plug. It has a USB, and you just plug right in and start playing. So I was really into it then, and great game. Rocket League going cross-platform on Xbox and PC. This is glorious. This is what we need more of.
There we go.
Yep.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Thank you.
One love,
one step in direction.
One
right
heart.
Direction, yes.
Let's get together. Let's see. Xbox One and PC players, Rocket League will finally be available to play all together in perfect harmony later today. So this thing went live.
He said today, guys. Once you leave this conference.
Actually, it was yesterday.
Once you time travel back to yesterday and then back to the future, then you'll be able to play it. Yes.
Where's PS4 and all this?
They're a little slow to the game.
Yeah.
A little slow to the game. I know they went out on record saying that we don't oppose opening up our servers and everything or whatever.
But they don't say that
but
they support it.
Yeah.
Well, PC and PlayStation have always been able to play this together. And so Xbox is saying they're going to open it up on their end to all platforms, but PS4 is kind of
in the limbo.
Meh.
Let's just do it. Just
they're not saying no, but they're not saying yeah.
Just do it. There's no reason to keep them back.
Could there be something with the developers going on though? Like maybe PlayStation 4 is like harder to open up for or something. I don't know, but there are games that are Street Fighter 5, Final Fantasy 14. Those games you can do PlayStation 4, PC. So it's being done,
right.
But it's just we have yet to see the game that's all of them.
Yeah,
right. And I think that's what it is. Is PlayStation 4 and PC for Rocket League. You could still play that, but it's PlayStation 4 with Xbox. That's where it's
when we see that everything together. I don't know what
it's gonna be a weird day.
Tranquility throughout the world. Is that what's gonna happen?
We're all gonna join hands.
All nuclear
we are
weapons
the world.
gone.
No. Then the Wii U owners are gonna pipe up.
Oh, that will be the revolution.
If their moms let them out of their basement.
Wow. Yeah, right. Come on.
sorry.
Don't
Nintendo
be mean.
people.
Low blow.
they stopped their Wii bowling.
I want to see that faction jump and rise up and be angry. Oh yeah.
You won't be able to look at them because it would be too pale.
Oh man.
Mobs of angry Nintendo fans wrote strongly worded emails in the streets.
They wrote the
You're a
emails in the
Nintendo
streets.
person, right?
I like all video games. I think the Wii U is probably there are some games that you can only get on Wii U that are really that good. I mean Mario Kart 8, Mario Maker, these are all some of the best games of the past generation. But the reality is it doesn't feel like enough because you've got like one company making the games for the system and then you have indies, which are cool. You know, the indies are doing some cool stuff too, but, you know, a lot of those same indies are available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One with sharing, with trophies. You know, it kind of just feels like a little more. The Wii U, you get the off-screen play. That's about it. Like, none of those indies really take advantage of that stuff. So, I do still, there's a lot of great games on Wii U, which is, you know, I still think makes it a worthy buy, but, yeah, I really hope they get that third-party support back for NX, or it's... I don't know.
Aaron, any interested in the Wii for you? Get it?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. No, my coworker literally just today said he purchased a Wii U to get Bayonetta 2.
Okay, that game is phenomenal.
Yeah, and he thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's really a damn shame that so many people are going to miss it, because if you're still holding your breath for that game to come to PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, like, exhale. It's not going to happen. Like, It's not... Bayonetta 2 is not moving past Wii U. Nintendo invested too much money in that. It's not happening.
Yeah, he said it's actually a very good... Yeah.
Save that clip for when they announce it at E3 and really make an ass of me. But I do feel pretty confident that's, like, if it was going to happen, like, Tomb Raider's going to probably happen, it's not happening.
Well, I don't know. The only reason why I would think it might is because with No More Heroes... That was a Wii exclusive, and then when they saw the buzz that it got from that, they were like, "Well, let's put it on everything." So,
don't forget, Bayonetta showed up in Smash Brothers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
you know,
that's kind of locking the door right there.
Exactly. That's kind of like they slept together. Like that's you know.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move into a top 10 list. Since we have such a great specialist and a guest here, and the three of me and Aaron will be at E3. Webb will be watching E3 from home. So
depressing.
We have such a great lineup to do this segment. This is, according to What Culture, 14 things that could come out of E3 this year that would shock the world. And we'll read it.
This already sounds like clickbait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We'll read it. We'll see.
Do you have to click each one to get the 14?
Probably. Yeah, it's clickbait for real. Yeah,
it is clickbait, but you know, there's value in clickbait.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna read the headline. We'll talk about whether we think this really would shock the world and how likely it could be. So number 14 on this list is a major game is released immediately after a conference. Do you think we'll see
like
that?
Today type of thing? It's no,
not a major game.
What's major? Yeah. Because if Red Dead Redemption shows up on backwards compatibility on Xbox One, that's kind of a major game.
Okay. Well, I would consider Fallout Shelter a major game. How that like captured the world's imagination for like an entire 3 months.
Yes.
Like, articles were just nuts on that game and tutorials and YouTube videos on how to level up, and that came like immediately after, right?
But I think we're thinking, or I think that person who wrote that is thinking AAA, Fallout 5.
That's what they got to sell pre-orders. That ain't gonna happen. But
exactly.
Sony announcing a PlayStation. This is a great year for PS1. Finally, after all these years on PS4. Wouldn't that be nice? There's still stuff on PS1 I'd like to revisit on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Like Jamalemi. Come on. But anyway. But those would be major games, but, you know.
I think the Red Dead thing's going to happen. I'm going to be honest. I really think the Red Dead backwards thing is going to happen, and then we'll get the announcement. If it's this year, I'd be super stoked. That'd be Fallout 4 level. Because
Fallout 4 level, really?
I think so.
Wow.
Red Dead was highly regarded.
Amazing game.
And it was just an amazing game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 13 on the list, a Crash Bandicoot HD remake.
Done. I don't want that.
I feel, but to its credit, that game, it has been long enough.
It has been. It's definitely due, because the game is definitely fun. But for some reason, for this E3, I kind of just want all new. Like, I don't know. I really just want literally all new. Just give me
fresh.
Yes, I want some new creativity. Some like. You show me why you became a game developer, not to make sequel number 2. You show me brand new. That's what you show me. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, they're going to give us the old stuff. They're going to give us the sequels and stuff like that. I know what's coming, but I want to see what's not coming. And if this is supposed to shock the world, I don't think Crash Bandicoot's going to shock the
I don't
world.
think it'd shock the world.
HD remake?
I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, I'd definitely be interested in playing it again because it was one of the games that I guess shaped me as a gamer. But
I think HD remake is only valuable if it's leading into a new Crash Bandicoot game, which, you know, Sony was very much in the business of granting wishes last year. So I'm not sure if Crash Bandicoot is on that same level of wish as like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but you know, they're good. Look, they rode a huge wave last year. They got to one up themselves somehow. So Crash Bandicoot could be a part of that. I mean, it's not out of the question.
Well, and here's the thing too. Like, since the glory days of Crash, it's not a PlayStation exclusive character anymore. It's, I think, an Activision character, and
I guess that's true.
Because we've had
That
it
is
on
true.
the Xbox 360. So,
That is true.
And by previous logic, we have not seen Crash in a Smash Brothers yet.
Not yet, no.
So they're not in bed yet, but maybe
No.
there's some sex messages going back and forth.
Some sexting?
Maybe
Yeah.
there's some sexting
Some
happening.
snaps
They're not
happening.
quite in bed. He's not in Smash, and it
He'd
might.
fit.
He would.
He would fit in Smash.
Gets the mask for his power up. Rutabaga.
Yeah.
Number 12, Metroid NX will be a launch title.
Can we see NX first? How we do? What is Metroid NX?
I wish, but that does sound like wank. Like, that just, like, what? There's nothing to base that on other than I really want it to be true.
Yeah.
I think the point of this article is no matter, because they even put like a rating of how likely it is. This is like a 3 out of 10. So they're saying it's really low on the scale, but would it shock the world? We know it's not likely.
If the NX would shock the world if they bring it out.
Zelda is the NX launch title.
Yes.
Period. And
Yes.
hopefully they have something on the level of Wii Sports that shows this is why you need an NX.
You said it great on your show, because if you guys don't know, we did Orange Lounge Radio last Sunday, which you could find on Voice of Geeks Network.com. But it's one of the great points you made. You said Wii Sports illustrated what the Wii U can do, the Wii, sorry, and sold the damn console. Mm-hmm. And
people weren't buying a Wii, people were buying Wii Sports.
Yes.
It's a very important distinction there. People weren't buying Nintendo Land.
and NX needs to do that. Mm-hmm. They need to do that.
What does it do?
We don't know.
Nobody
don't
knows
know.
exactly what it does.
And we're not going to find out until maybe Tokyo Game Show. So
It's actually just a giant portal that transports you to Nintendo Land.
my gut tells me, not to derail things, my gut tells me, because we've heard a lot of buzz around it and it would make an awful lot of sense, that it's still going to kind of be the second screen thing, but it is the whole, your handheld, your console are tied together, and then the game that you start on your console, you pick up and you leave your house and you go to your commute or whatever, and you're still playing it on your handheld. I think it's like, that's going to be the big thing, is that it's a seamless experience from your console to your handheld. And I think that's why you're hearing a lot of buzz about there's no discs or anything like that, because the 3DS doesn't use discs, it uses those little flash cartridges.
Yeah.
So how easy would it be? Pop that right out of your console, put it right in your 3DS or your NX DS or whatever, and be on your merry little way.
I don't know if I like that though, because I feel like when you go
this,
mobile,
this is as much wank speculation as Metroid.
True, but in that vein, still, I feel like whenever you start crutching your system on mobile, you're just gonna be limited by the hardware capabilities of the phone. So I kind of hope that doesn't happen. But for Metroid, going back to the list, I don't think it's in Nintendo's recent history to be able to really surprise anybody with anything. Usually they announce a game and you won't see it for 3 or 4 years. So I really doubt they'd come out with Metroid and be like, oh, by the way, it's going to be here at launch.
You've really got to hope that all this silence this year, I mean, Nintendo is dead quiet this year. I mean, sure, Star Fox happened, but that was kind of supposed to happen last year.
Yeah.
So, like, Nintendo is dead quiet this year. So you really have to hope that's because they are working hard to make NX next year just blow us out of the water. But
Hopefully.
we'll see. We'll see.
So as far as this one, we don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Number 11, Valve confirms Portal 3. Let's see. Valve make... let's kind of think about this whole thing. Hindering anything at E3 on Valve is not usually a good idea, because Valve doesn't really do E3.
And then Portal? Have we heard anybody clamoring for that as of lately?
I mean,
I would love it.
I would love it, but I don't think I'm clamoring. I'm not beating down the doors to play it, but I would definitely would play it.
Yeah.
I would be very enthused if that was it. But I think you're more right when you said Valve and E3. I mean, we have this masturbatory fantasy on OLR that Gabe walks out on stage at one of the conferences and goes, Half-Life 3, bitches, drops the mic. I mean, I think we would all love that, but
I think that's too soon. He'd have to call the president. Like Barack Obama would have to come on and announce
and
then say
3.
"Peace out, bitches." And
he'd
drop
probably
the mic.
be like, "What
he
is
would
this?"
drop the mic, and then the ceiling would open, and more mics would fall. Like that's
That would be epic.
Too much a mic drop for one mic.
You can't even follow that. You can't follow.
Bernie Sanders wants to win the presidency. He needs to call Gabe in and make a deal. If he becomes president, you get your damn game.
That's amazing.
I loved 2. Multiplayer version of it was awesome. Even the single player story was really good. But as far as this one happening, I don't think it's very likely.
I mean, we haven't heard any buzz about it.
They're good at keeping things quiet.
Yeah.
I think they're good, but again, E3 just isn't their gig. Number 10, Hideo Kojima's new project, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, that'll
a teaser.
Yeah,
sure.
That'll get people hyped because
title.
He's been social media and like crazy with a whole bunch of just different.
Is he
wacky
still
stuff.
the victim at this point? I
think
feel
he's
like
the
when we think
benefactor.
of him as when people think of Kojima, we're thinking like, oh, that poor Kojima.
No, I think he's more of the he has his following. They're gonna follow him.
Well, no, they will for sure, but I'm ready for him just to put out a damn game now, or at least let us know what's
Konami's the
happening.
victim.
Well,
Aren't they going mobile?
No,
Are there?
Konami's the murderer, not the victim.
Yeah, they're the murderer.
We're all the victim.
Oh, we're all the
yeah,
victim.
that's true.
Got that backwards.
Konami killed the game in the conservatory with the revolver.
Where they're not making games anymore, right?
Not with winning 11 soccer 20, and I think
That's
they
not a
still do
game.
some mobile stuff. And well,
But, like, what
some
did they say they were
Europeans would take issue
shifting-
with that comment, but
Where are they shifting their focus?
yeah, they're
I
shifting
think-
their focus
yeah.
for sure. You ever been to Reno and seen all the Konami machines that exist?
No.
Like there's like Dungeons and Dragons slot machines, and like half the slot machines up there are Konami.
I bet there's more money in that than there is.
There probably
But
is
it's
Silent
a
Hill.
good amount.
I feel like we did a story on this on OLR either this week or the week before, and it's not. I mean, the gambling thing is a part of their business, but it's not. I mean, it's mostly like mobile nostalgia stuff. Arcade is still a thing. You know, we talked about the round 1 stuff.
Yep.
Konami has a huge presence still in the arcade in Japan. I think that's a big part, but I think just they're done with Castlevania, Metal Gear, and all the stuff we love. They killed it.
They're done with our love.
Womp
Wow.
womp.
We'll probably see something from Kojima. I'm sure we'll get something. Hopefully, Guillermo del Toro's still a part of it, and
If
we
they-
can get that.
God, did you
something
play
similar.
that PT teaser?
I watched it like 10 times. I didn't actually get to play.
That is one of the most like disappointing things. I mean, as long as I've been doing OLR, 14 years, losing PT is like one of the top 3 like biggest tragedies has happened in gaming.
It was amazing.
And that's so weird to get such a good response from the fans for it, and then just be like, nah,
Nah.
Changed their minds.
Here you guys go. And now, if they did come out and say, I just saw in the chat, Zone of the Enders, I'd be hyped for that because I haven't seen a Zone of the Enders anything. Like,
Sorry to be a downer, it's not happening.
yeah, I know.
It's not happening.
But
Like,
that-
don't get your hopes up.
To me,
Like,
that would be
Konami's
interesting.
done. Konami's done with this stuff.
And that's so sad. So sad.
Let's see.
Look forward to winning 11 2017.
Oh, boo.
Number 9. PS4 gets backwards compatibility. Not gonna happen.
Okay.
They're trying to push that subscription
Okay.
service, so why would that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
PlayStation 1 maybe. I'll go out on a limb and say maybe like PlayStation 1 games, but that's about as far
How
as
much
I'd
would
go.
you pay for a PlayStation 1 game today?
Max $5.
Well, if I could just use my old discs that I bought at Denio's, that would be fantastic.
That would no. That's a pipe dream. They wouldn't do that. They try and monetize it more, selling it on a digital store or something.
I would be a lot happier if Sony would do the right thing and the PS1 games that maybe I bought on PlayStation 3, like things like VidRibbon and stuff, could just come right over.
Oh, that should be a given.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suikoden, some of those, that would be great. If they don't do that, I'm going to be really disappointed. Like that's, and I'm going to drag Sony for that a little bit if they don't, like, at least the library they already bought on PlayStation 3 come right over.
It seems just like, at least the PS1 games, it's like one guy's probably got it on a thumb drive around his neck. It's like, yeah, we're not going to let
He
Let
like
this
gets
go.
handcuffed to his wrist.
Exactly, yeah.
He just walks around the office.
we're not going to let anybody
Gaming
have
Sense
these.
Gaming nailed it. PS Now, they're pushing that thing. There's no way they'd go backwards compatible.
Yeah.
They want you all
Yeah.
on that
I
subscription.
feel like PS Now's kind of spinning its wheels, though. It feels like they can't get the licenses they want. Like, the games aren't really there.
I haven't perused that library.
There's not a lot in there. Capcom stuff seems to be in there. It seems like certain game companies are there. But
look at their relationship, the exclusivity of Street Fighter V. I'm sure that was worked in the deal somewhere. Oh yeah, like that. It's like that though. Yeah, look at Smash logic. Ryu appeared in Super Smash. That's like the kiss of death. That's the baby.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2017 is set in feudal Japan. No, anything that has Assassin's Creed will not shock the world.
Yeah, not anymore.
Well, it depends on what they mean by shock the world. Or shock that there's another one coming out.
No,
that's like a shock. Not like what?
Yeah,
for real?
Why?
You guys are still doing this?
Yeah, it's a
give up.
It's a sarcastic shock.
Yeah, that's
I don't care where Assassin's Creed takes place anymore.
What if it's Sacramento?
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. Sacramento.
I go to
shortest Assassin's Creed ever. Shortest one ever.
Yeah, like one building.
Yeah. And then you're caught
You're spending the rest of the time at Old Sac.
In the gift shop.
Yeah.
As you're bouncing around, you get bulldozed and they just build an arena.
Sacramento Pride.
Then it becomes a basketball game. There you go.
So skip that garbage. Number 7, System Shock 3 is revealed.
Okay, that's an oldie that I never got to get into. I don't know how good the game is. So, yeah.
It's as plausible as anything else. I'd like to see the receipts for where this came from, other than I dreamt about it.
It's big dreams, yeah.
We know them at What Culture. We've read plenty of bad lists.
We
from
have,
What Culture.
yeah. What Culture puts out, but I like that. I like that they said, you know what, we're gonna go for suck.
I think
So
they
let's
go
do
for
it.
quantity definitely over quality when they come to the list.
And they throw them out there. There's tons of lists from What Culture, like tons of them.
Number 6, Sony's PS 4.5 trade-in offer. So they are suggesting that Sony's much discussed PS 4.5 will launch before October, and Sony could give themselves a huge PR boost by announcing a major trade-in offer.
Have they ever?
Why the hell would Sony do that? That's GameStop's role. That's the stores, the retail's role. That's not Sony. What is Sony going to do with all that old stuff?
I wonder what convert it into the new
melt it down, cast a spell on it, and it'll now be a Neo.
Bring Jon Snow back to life.
There's Sony has no interest in old garbage.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I've seen Microsoft do
games.
something similar with tablets when they would take your iPad in and then give you a Xbox for cheap. I mean, a Surface for cheap. So maybe they'd take in PS4. Like you do that to
push. Yeah, but that's to get the competitor's device out, and then they're going to send that to some country that doesn't have iPads and sell it for a ton of money.
Yeah, but to go through and take what you already suckered a bunch of people into buying, I don't see it happening.
No,
suckered a bunch of people into buying. Okay.
Well, for you, it was okay because we basically crowdsourced it.
So they suckered all of you guys
for about $20 or $30 a piece. We'll blow through these last ones. First, Detroit Become Human gameplay. That one looks pretty likely. Quantic Dreams game. It's like another story-based thing.
Haven't seen it.
I think that one actually will be at E3, but you can look it up for yourselves. 4, God of War 4 with Norse mythology setting.
Yeah.
That's the whole wish granting thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people have been talking about that, right? He's already kind of running out of gods to kill.
Maybe.
And didn't he kill himself?
Well, there's going to be a new God of War. It's like a title.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You might not be Kratos.
Kramos.
You can retcon anything for money.
Yeah, you can.
Dino Crisis is getting a belated sequel.
There we go. That's what we're waiting on.
That's not going to happen either. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Well, there you go.
Get out now.
They put that at number 2 with a 5 out of 10 likelihood. No.
5 out of 10 likelihood?
Try 3 out of 10.
Wow. 5 out of 10. That's high.
And number 1, they say this would be the biggest thing to shock the world. It is if Resident Evil 7 is actually a reboot.
Of the whole
That's
series?
The biggest.
The whole series.
That's What Culture, everybody.
Good try, What Culture. We appreciate you for giving us...
Good try, White Culture.
Yeah, good job. You got that too.
Did I say White Culture?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
Good try, White Culture. Not that hip.
It was neat.
Good job, White Culture. We almost did it with Eminem, but we'll continue to try. Wow, this has been a great episode. Thank you so much to our special guest.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor.
Yeah, when we're going to stick around after to do like some bonus stuff.
Cool.
with the chat. So chat, I seen you guys been popping off. Again, it's Wednesday. We don't give you the love we should, but we do on Saturday nights on twitch.tv/videogame_bang, where you guys are basically dictating what happens. So come back on Saturday night, 9 o'clock, and that is on Twitch, where Aaron hosts the show. So you got to deal with that. Sorry about that. But
I had something planned big for it too, but we have to save it for 2 Saturdays away from here.
Rob, please tell us about where everyone can go listen to Orange Lounge Radio.
Thank you so much. VogNetwork.com, Voice of Geeks Network, VogNetwork.com, and Orange Lounge Radio broadcasts live on Sunday night at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. We don't do video. It's Orange Lounge Radio, so we're just audio only, so you can still listen to it in like iTunes or whatever your favorite player is. You can find Orange Lounge Radio, the show, in all the podcasting apps like iTunes and all that stuff. If you want to follow me on the Twitters, you can, at Skie, Skie.
Dang, you landed that Twitter handle too. Awesome.
Yeah, I really try to jump on all the new social media like the minute it launches, for better or for worse.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts, Aaron. What do you got?
E3 better be new and improved, or it's going to die the year after. Promise you.
True that. Webb,
Yeah.
what do you got?
E3 is not going to be new and improved. It's going to be HD remake after HD remake.
As he watches from his couch eating ice cream.
You,
All right.
you could go to the thing next door. They just announced the public thing or whatever it is. Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be at the thing next door.
Well, reporting live from the thing next door, the real David Webb. Maybe you can pull back your solo webcast again.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. It's been a great show. Thank you all for hanging out. For Aaron Carter, the real David Webb, Rob Roberts from Orange Lounge Radio. My name is Cory Vincent, and you've all just been bang.